Hello guys and welcome back to the second race of the evening at Deep Forest Raceway with the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero Recent GT7 Championship. So obviously a reverse grid, a reverse top 10 grid and a rolling start as always, which puts Mortavellos on pole with Alessandro in second place, Yannick will start in third, Anonymous starts in fourth, Kep starts in fifth, Zico in sixth, BX Royal in seventh, Racing Green will start in eighth, Carter in ninth, CMP in 10th. He obviously took the win in the first race. Tim Grin in 11th place. Kellen starts in 12th. Aslam in 13th. Marriott in 14th. And Perry starts in 15th place. Without further ado, let's get into this race. And it looks like Mortavellos opting for the medium traction there. See if he carries it into the race. And he's gone on to... it looks like he's gone on to regular ABS once again. Not traction, sorry, ABS. Without further ado, let's get into it. So this is the race start. It looks like everybody getting a fairly good getaway. Is Alessandro going to be able to challenge Mortavellos coming down into turn one for the first time? We know the Renault gets quite a good getaway, so yeah, he didn't actually have to cover off the inside that time round. It looks like Alessandro maybe having a look on the exit though. Mortavellos still keeps the position for the minute. Alessandro sits in behind him. We've got Yannick hot on his heels there in the M6. He's also got his teammate Anonymous there for backup in fourth place. Then we have Kep in fifth, Zico in sixth. BX in seventh, Racing Green in eighth, Carter in ninth, CMP in 10th, Tim Grin 11th, Kellen 12th, Hasnain in 13th, Marriott 14th, and Perry in 15th place. And then like Mortavellos a little bit slow through the last turn, which actually compromised him ever so slightly, but it's now allowed Yannick to come alongside Alessandro. Yannick now challenging Alessandro for that second place. They're going to be three wide as they come down to the hairpin for the first time in this race. Oh no, Alessandro actually comes out ahead. He takes the inside line there, manages to cement that first place. Mortavellos still there, hot on his heels in second, with Yannick still there in third. Kep's managed to make it up to fourth. Anonymous dropping down to sixth place. That's two positions Anonymous lost. Zico and Kep have managed to get past into fourth and fifth. It's like a lot of moves being shuffled as they approach turn one for the second time. Everyone trying to dive this way, that way, each and every way. Zico looking like he got a little bit out of shape there. Was there a tiny bit of contact? Not too sure. Who was that? Somebody dropping down the order once again. Anonymous down into eighth place now. So Alessandro up into the lead of the race. We've got Yannick now in second place. Kep's there in third. Zico now in fourth, chased by Racing Green in fifth. BX Royal has made it up to sixth. We've got Mortavellos in seventh place, Anonymous in eighth, Tim Gren in ninth, Carter in 10th, CMP down a position to 11th. Hasnain is now in 12th. We've got Marriott 13th, Kellen 14th, and Perry bringing up the rear in 15th. He's still well and truly on the back of his teammate though, so what can the GTR boys do? Can they work together and try and get a few more positions, get a few more points on the board, as it looks like we've got Hasnain going for a move there on Marriott, but Hasnain has got the half a second penalty, so any advantage he gets will be undone once he serves that Carter up ahead, also with a half a second penalty. Onto the back of CMP now, CMP back into 10th place. So Alessandro looking to try and break away from the rest of the field. He's still got Yannick for company at the moment. Let's see what his time's going to be as he crosses the line. And it's a 1:28.2, actually the fastest lap. I know Yannick steals it away from him for 1:28.033. So nearly 2 tenths quicker in the slip than Alessandro. Excuse me. Still full of the cold or whatever the hell I've had. So apologies for if I don't manage to mute myself in time. But Kep up into third place now. We've got Zico there in Racing Green, sorry, in fourth. Zico in fifth. BX in sixth. Kep looks like he's going backwards at the moment, aided by them hards. I think the two cars in front are medium runners. Then we have medium runner in the form of Racing Green in the Alfa Romeo 4C. He's going to get a move done around the outside. It looks like he's going to have the inside for the hairpin. So if he doesn't cement that move, which he just did, then he would have surely done it through this turn. The hard braking zone, that is the hairpin. BX Royal getting a move done there on Zico, up into 5th place now. Zico down to 6th. Zico started on pole, didn't he, in the first race, but wasn't able to turn it into a win. It looks like he's a little bit on the back foot here at the moment. He's lost a few positions off the start, so what can he do? He wants to be trying to chase this guy here, Racing Green, your current Tier 1 champion. But at the moment, Yannick and Alessandro have managed to gap the rest of the field somewhat considerably. Can they manage to create a bit of a magical window to pit stop? Because a pit stop is going to come into a factor in this race, being the feature race. We've got 28 laps in total, so 24 remaining. And Racing Green is up into 3rd place. He's got a nice bit of breathing space now over Kep in 4th, who has BX of company there in the Ferrari 458 in 5th place. We have Zico. It's not far off the back of BX Royal, so I said he looked like he was a little bit on the back foot, but he's not been dropped just yet. Can he stick with BX? Can he stay ahead of the guys behind him? CMP is now up to 7th place, so he's moved up 3 positions. Anonymous down to 8th. We've got Morbellos there in 9th. Tim Grin has made his way up to... Oh, Tim Grin up to 9th, so that must have been courtesy of a penalty. I think maybe Morbellos... Was it Morbellos? Somebody was carrying half a second's penalty there, I'm sure, which allowed the 3 overtake. Tim Grin having a really good race there this season as well, and the McLaren seems to have found his feet there. CMP takes the fastest lap on lap 4, I believe it was. Start lap 5 now. 127.201. Check movement just a sec. So Racing Green has got his work cut out a little bit to get onto the back of Alessandro. Alessandro, who has finally lost the race lead to Yannick. Yannick back up into the race lead once again. And he's actually managed to open up a bit of a gap over Alessandro. It's fairly equal between the top 3 cars though at this stage. Then we have Kep leading this little train behind. We've got Kep, BX and CMP. Let's go on board with CMP for just a second. It looks like he maybe has a run on the approach to the hairpin. BX is obviously going to be picking up the full effect of that slipstream of the car ahead though, which is Kep. So yeah, CMP darts out to the inside there, has a little think about it, not quite close enough on that occasion. I think he was also maybe covering off the inside to Zico behind as well. Didn't actually have to do so. It looks like BX getting the move done now on Kep, up into 4th place for BX Royal. Are we going to see a move now from CMP? He's thinking about it again, pulls out to the inside once again, has a little think about it, a little sniff. Not quite close enough on that occasion. He needed to be maybe alongside a bit more to be able to get the move to stick, but thought better of it. Lives to fight another day. Still well and truly with the slipstream of these 2 cars ahead. But he is definitely being chased down by the 3 behind him as well. Zico, Anonyma and Tim Grin. Oh, it's Yannick. Yannick's gone deep. He's gone into the barrier. What happened to Yannick? Where's he gone? Yannick! Yannick! It looks like maybe he's had a wheel disconnect or something. I'm not too sure what happened there. That has cost him though. He's all the way down at the back of the field now. That's heartbreak for Yannick. So Alessandro back up into the lead of the race once again. Now being chased down by Racing Green, or he was being chased down by Racing Green anyway, but BX Royal is up into 3rd place. With a bit of a train forming behind him. We got CMP having a look up the inside maybe on Kep. Thinks better of it. He's well aware of this train forming behind him. Tim Gren looks for the move on Anonyma. They're side by side still. Anonyma gets the better drive out of the hairpin. Onto the start finish. Onto the back straight. But this is the front straight, isn't it? think this is where we're going to see CMP get the move done on Cap. He's going to be looking up the inside now into turn 1. Just a little bit later on the brakes, managed to slot that car just ahead. He's up into 4th place now, free to try and challenge BX Royal up there in 3rd. So Cap now has Zico, Timgren and Anonymous to try and keep behind him. Zico, he doesn't look too uncomfortable actually, he looks fairly comfortable here. I think he'd rather be closer towards the front than he is. I think that Lexus will come into its own throughout some of the other tracks throughout the season. I think it's kind of track dependent, as Timgren really looking very racy indeed. He's looking to try and get a move done on Zico now. Almost pushing him along there through that last sector. Is he going to think about a move into the hairpin? So Zico actually covering off the inside there. That's opened up the outside there to Timgren. Is he going to be able to get a move done around the outside though? Not quite on that occasion, although he's got the better exit. He had the better exit out the hairpin. That is going to cement that position for him. That was a good move there from Timgren. He still can't move over quite just yet because Zico has got his nose up the inside. But as we come down to turn 1, it looks like, yeah. So that the McLaren, sorry, no slouch along the straights, managing to pull just ahead of the Lexus. Probably aided by the slipstream of Cap up ahead. And now he's going to be pushing Cap up the hill. CMP looking for the move on BX a little bit further up the road. Anonymous looking keen as well, keen to get past Zico but unable to find his way through as yet. And then that's Marriott, that's the other McLaren, not far behind in 9th place. Then we have Carter, Perry, who's made up a couple of positions, Hasnane, Kellen, Morvelos, and Yannick. Morvelos and Yannick having moments early on and finding themselves at the back of the field. Alessandro, however, starting to drive off into the sunset now. He wants to try and create a bit of a gap to the cars behind. He's managed to gap Racing Green quite considerably. It's at least a couple of seconds ahead at this stage, 1.5 to 2 seconds. Maybe even 3. We'll have to see how the Alpha does on tyres. The CMP looks for a move up the inside now against BX Royal. BX Royal down into 4th place. CMP manages to get that move to stick. That was a good move there from CMP. Just a little bit later on the brakes there. Managed to get the Peugeot stopped and past the Ferrari. The BX is now down into 4th place. Your top 3 at the moment, Alessandro, Racing Green and CMP. And we have Timgren in 5th place now. Timgren looking very racy indeed. He's managed to take out Zico and Cap. He's up into 5th place now. Can he get onto the back of the top 4? You can see him. You can definitely see him up ahead. I think that's definitely geeing him on a little bit. I don't think we're going to see too many moves come down into the hairpin. Look at that train there. Look how close this field is still. A lot of the time with the different strategies and the different tyre compounds, you see some fairly noticeable splits throughout the field, but it's still fairly even up there. Obviously the top 2, top 3, some way ahead of the rest of the field, but that is because, yeah, so BX is on hards. Timgren's on mediums, then we have Kep on hards, Zico on hards, Anonymous medium. So yeah, a lot of different strategies. Be interesting to see who comes out on top. It's Alessandro looking very strong indeed at the moment, but when them tyres start to fade, is he going to be able to keep that car there? She started a little bit further ahead of his teammate, Zico. Zico not making up as many positions as I think he would have liked. Murph, stay on the floor, please, mate. So my cat wants to get involved, or one of my cats wants to get involved with commentaries, but he's not going to. He's going to be a good boy, stay on the floor. So Alessandro still a couple of seconds up the road from Racing Green. Racing Green unable to chip into that gap as yet. He's going to have to hope that Alessandro has a slight moment or something. CMP is starting to work on that gap. Still looks fairly consistent. Still looks fairly similar as it was on the lap previous, but he is slowly chipping away. I think he may be within striking distance in the next couple of laps. Still with BX for company. He hasn't managed to lose BX as yet in that 458. So BX definitely putting them hard through their paces. He's doing pretty well at the moment. I mean, I've got a looming Timgren in the background there. He's getting ever closer. Is he going to be able to upset the top three? We'll have to wait and see. It's looking like he might be able to, though. So the top five, the top five are some way ahead of the rest of the field now. They've got a good few seconds, 3 or 4 seconds over 6th place Kep. Kep, I think, doing his best to hold the rest of the field up at the moment on them hards. Sometimes that's all you can do on the hards. You haven't got the pace to be able to keep up with the cars ahead, but if you can keep the cars behind you or keep the rest of the field behind you, then you're doing a good job. So he is doing a good job at the moment in that Renault RS01. Managing to stay ahead of Zico. Zico, who has looked racy, looked like he wanted to try and get the position done, but just hasn't had the opportunity to do so. So Marriott, the second of the two McLarens, not far off the back of Zico now. Can he manage to get past them two cars and try and assist his teammate? Anonymous, after his moment, he's managed to make up a few positions. Now he's back up into 9th place after dropping all the way to the back of the field. Hasnain just seems a little bit in no man's land at the moment. Perhaps he's just got a solid strategy and he's trying to stick to it. He might be going for the one stop, which is why he's not too worried about track position at the moment. And then the two GTRs still 11th and 12th. Can they work together and try and get onto the back of the other cars ahead? Yannick, they're in 13th now. Morvellos with a second's worth of penalty. That's going to allow Carter through. Carter isn't going to have to work for it. There we go, he slows down. Carter soars past him and creates a bit of a gap as well. BX Royal now into the pits. Where is he going to come out? That's a very early pit stop, I feel, from BX. What compound is he going to go on to as well? The mediums are starting to die a bit of a death now, though, so you would expect the people to, or the guys that are on the mediums, to get rid of them soon. As CMP gets a move done on Racing Green. CMP looks absolutely on fire in this round. Took the win in the sprint race, and he's now managed to carve his way from 10th all the way up to 2nd place, getting past the reigning Tier 1 champion, which is in fact Racing Green. Racing Green didn't seem to have an answer for him. I think he's trying to nurse them tyres as well. It looks like CMP's just found a bit of a second wind. Definitely on equal tyre wear, so it's like he just feels a bit more comfortable on that worn compound. And it was a good move. Surely going to be back, or surely going to be onto the back of Alessandro in the next couple of laps. Oh, Alessandro is into the pit, so CMP is going to become your new race leader. Alessandro opts in for the undercut. And there's a few others have followed him in. We've got Kep and Zico both into the pits as well to get rid of them hard compound tyre. So yeah, you can see CMP has actually managed to pull out a couple of seconds over Racing Green already. Can he manage to keep up this form? He's actually 1/10 down on his personal best, which isn't actually miles. It's not a lot, is it, 1/10? So he's still on pace at the moment on them very heavily worn medium tyres. It'll be interesting to see when he decides to get rid of them. I think possibly opting for a long stint as well is CMP, maybe opting for the one stop. So your grid at the moment is CMP followed by Racing Green. We have Tim Gren now up into third place. He's in the third slot of the podium. GG Tim Gren. He's having a really good race indeed. Marriott actually up into fourth place as well. He's still yet to pit. But McLaren's running third and fourth respectively. Hasney finds himself up in fifth place now. Still yet to pit as well. Alessandro, one of the first people into the pits, out on a fresh set of softs now. He's got a little bit of work to get onto the back of Hasnain up ahead, but I think Hasnain will probably be pitting before he manages to catch him. Yannick, who's still yet to pit. Carter is still yet to pit. More Veloz. BX Royal has gone into the pits. He's out on a fresh set of mediums now. We have Anonyma on a fresh set of softs. Zico's on a fresh set of mediums. Kep's on a fresh set of mediums. Kellen and Perry also on fresh mediums. Your top three looking quite evenly matched at the moment. That is CMP, Racing Green and Timgren. Timgren, where has he come from? So yeah, Timgren, our resident Finn, well and truly chasing down the top two now. He had a bit of a shaky debut season, I feel, didn't he? He had some alright results, but he's definitely looking like he's back and on form this season. And I think the McLaren definitely lending itself to him. I think it's going to be a good car for him this season. And Marriott as well, if he can keep up this form, keep on the back of his teammate, he may also be in for some good points. On Racing Green, CMP, sorry, trying to keep it consistent through this very sketchy sector. There's a lot of direction changes. The car just wants to become unsettled. But yeah, he made it look easy through there and keeping that gap consistent back to Racing Green. I think Racing Green might be hoping the CMP picks up a penalty, but he hasn't done so far, so... And it looks like Timgren is actually into the slipstream now of Racing Green. Are we going to see Timgren make a move for that second position? Closes right up under braking. The Alpha getting the better exit. So the Alpha gets the better exit out of hairpin. Timgren chases him down the start finish. Is he going to be close enough to go for a move into turn one? Actually opting to stay behind. We're just going to stay on board for Tim Green for just a second because he is very close to Racing Green indeed. Are we going to see a move coming in the next couple of turns? There are a few overtaking opportunities around Deep Forest, so we've seen a lot of them made at turn 1, but I think this turn here also can be a place where you can get an overtake done, and also down at the hairpin, which would probably be, would it be classed as, probably wouldn't be classed as the final turn, because you've got that slight right-hander and the slight left onto the start-finish. We'll check back in with these guys in just a second. So Marriott now, well, still in 4th. Stays out favours track position, getting the most out of their medium compound tyres. He's actually doing pretty well at the moment. Alessandro has started to catch him. How long are them softs going to last, Alessandro, though? They look like they've died a bit of a death already, almost halfway through their tyre expectancy. Or halfway through their life expectancy. Hasnain has stayed out. He's up to 6th, or he's dropped to 6th now. I think he was just ahead, wasn't he? Alessandro obviously getting past him on them fresher tyres. Carter is there in 7th with Yannick in 8th. And the head of this small train behind is 9th place Anonyma, followed by BX Royal. BX Royal trying to do everything he can to get past the M6 ahead at the moment. Oh, and there we go. Anonyma went slightly deep. Thought that was going to open up the door there to BX. BX didn't quite have the momentum to get past. Will he now, though? I think we're going to see the move come on the approach to the hairpin. And BX almost pushing that M6 along now. Yeah, he's going to pull out to the inside. A little bit later on the brakes, down in 1st gear. They're still side by side. The BMW getting a very good getaway indeed. So Anonyma manages to retake that position. BX is going to have to sit behind and try again. Yannick is now into the pits, as is Marriott, as is Carter. And CMP. CMP's in now as well. So Tim Gren becomes your new race leader. Obviously he's going to lose that once he decides to pit, and he's got Racing Green for company. So he managed to get past Racing Green. That was a great move there from Tim Gren. We missed it, but I'm sure it was a great move nonetheless. And Alessandro, some way behind him now, but he will be getting rid of them softs in the next couple of laps. Hasnain getting the most out of the mediums that he can, getting his money's worth. And BX Royal is now up into 5th place. He's found his way past Anonyma. Finally, Anonyma down into 6th place on them fading soft compound tyre. Zico on fresher mediums. He should surely be able to come past Anonyma. Tim Gren and Racing Green are both into the pits now. Look at the fuel difference as well. Tim Gren on 2% fuel. Racing Green on 14, so he may actually jump Tim Gren in the pits. Alessandro moves up into the lead of the race once again. Yeah, nobody into the, oh no, Hasnain is now into the pits, so BX Royal moves up into 2nd place. Anonyma is up into 3rd. Oh, actually, Racing Green comes out in 3rd. No, he's dropped to 4th. No, he's dropped to 5th. So, as I say, he did, in fact, manage to jump Tim Gren in the pits. Back out in 5th place. We got CMP. Oh, we got a gaggle of cars here. Almost 3 wide up the hill. That was going to end in tears, or at least it looked like it was going to end in tears. Racing Green just keeping his nose in there. Plenty of space given. Well, he's actually managed to slot in just ahead of CMP. CMP gets a little bit out of shape through the tunnel sector. Zico up into 4th place. He wants to try and get past Anonyma though, but he's being somewhat hampered at the moment. As Racing Green looking to try and get a move done on Zico around the outside there. He's going to turn into the inside as they approach the hairpin. Anonyma thought about covering it off. I think he realised that Racing Green wasn't quite alongside, so wouldn't be able to get a move done anyway. But no, he has on the exit. That was a move there from Racing Green. Anonyma just got caught slipping there. He's down into 4th place. He's going to lose that position, it looks like, to CMP. Oh, he's actually into the pits. So CMP and Zico will race through, or will sweep through. Alessandro also into the pits. BX becomes a new race leader. BX Royal in the Ferrari 458 up into 1st place on that medium compound tyre. He's got a Racing Green not far behind him though on some very fresh softs, or a lot fresher softs than BX's mediums are. What can he do? He's going to be having to look after him ever so slightly though, isn't he? He's got another 7 laps to go. CMP is up into 3rd place. Can he keep the other cars behind him? We've got Zico, we've got Cap, and we have Tim Gren. Tim Gren has been looking very racy all evening. He's on a fresher set of soft compound tyre now. What can he do on them softs? CMP is also on softs, but he pit a few laps earlier, didn't he? Went for the undercut, which may not pay off. Tim Gren now looking for the move on Kep. He's going to be up the inside into the hairpin. I think he'll get it done here. Yeah, just with a better line through the corner, pulls ahead, gets the better exit. Kep now down to 6th place. Tim Gren free to try and work on Zico up ahead. Look at McLaren go. Oh, Zico goes deep, that's allowed. Tim Gren up the inside. Zico's still there, Zico's still trying to keep his nose in at the moment. Tim Gren manages to sweep around the outside there, cements that position up into 4th place. Zico hasn't quite got an answer for him on them fading medium tyres. Tim Gren now free to try and get onto the back of the top 3. Can he upset that top 3 in this race? At the moment it is looking like BX Royal, Racing Green and CMP, but BX Royal coming under increasing pressure now from Racing Green. Racing Green on the less used soft compound tyre. He's going to have a look up the inside now. I think he's going to get the move done. Yeah, BX tries to keep it around the outside, but that inside line is the faster line. And Racing Green sweeps up into the lead of the race, becomes the race leader for the first time in this race. Your reigning Tier 1 champion. And then it's like CMP into the slipstream now of BX Royal. BX Royal having a look around the outside once again through turn 1. Looking like they were going to swap positions once again, but Racing Green keeps 1st place for the minute. Very intense racing at the front from these guys. The top 3, very close indeed. And Tim Gren is not far behind as well. Tim Gren waiting in the wings there. If one of these guys makes a mistake, he will surely be there to pick up the pieces. Oh, CMP looking for a move on BX early doors. He's going to be on the inside coming into the hairpin. I think he's going to get it done before the hairpin. And he does. So up into 2nd place for CMP. BX Royal down to third. And we've got a looming Tim Gren getting ever closer in the background. As I say, what can he do? Can he upset this top three? CMP on for some good points in this round. I think he might be on for a good season in that if that Peugeot's anything to go by, or if this first round's anything to go by. So Racing Green has managed to pull a couple, second or two over CMP. So lap 24 now, 28, only 4 remain, or just under 4, 3 and change. So we'll have a run down through the grid. Racing Green is in the lead of the race now. We've got CMP in second place, BX is in third, Tim Gren up to fourth, Zico's in fifth, followed by Kep in sixth, Alessandro now in seventh, Marriott's in eighth, we've got Kellen in ninth, Perry in 10th, Aslam in 11th, Carter in 12th, Anonyma in 13th, Yannick in 14th, and Mortal Veloz in 15th place. And I can't see it there, but I'm wondering if maybe Mortal Veloz did have medium traction on at medium ABS, sorry, at the start of the race, which has messed him up ever so slightly. I'm not sure if maybe that's what caused him to lock his wheels up, or yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, he's definitely got it turned off now because it's white again, but it was yellow, wasn't it? When we first went on board, it was yellow. Interestingly. Oh dear. So, Racing Green looked a little bit out of shape in the first race, didn't he? But he's come alive in this second race, in the feature. And at the moment, it's looking like nobody's going to be able to challenge him for the lead of the race. CMP just a little bit too far back at the moment. And Tim Gren with a move on BX Royal up into third place. Went a little bit wide on the exit there, but didn't allow BX to get back through, didn't allow him to switch back. Are we going to see an answer move come down into turn 1 though? Tim Gren's going to have to go defensive. In fact, he hasn't, so BX has been allowed to find that inside line. He's going to get the move to stick. Actually, Tim Gren was the fastest car through turn 1. Comes out ahead as they come up the hill for the 26th time. Tim Gren definitely looking racing indeed. I said I wondered if he'd be able to upset the top 3, and he's definitely on that third step of the podium at the moment. Trying to gap BX a little bit, but it looks like he's definitely well and truly got his sights set on CMP in second place. We can still see first, so he might even try and challenge for the win. I'm not sure he's got enough life left in them tyres. As I always say though guys, we will have to wait and see. Obviously you know how the race went because you were there and you raced it, but I don't. And some of the viewers won't know unless they've looked at the standings. Racing Green with a couple of seconds now, or more than a couple of seconds. It's got to be up to 3 or 4 seconds now over CMP. Trying to cement the lead of the race. And CMP looking like he's on for top points here. If he finishes in second place, that'll be a first and a second place in this first round. Very, very strong opening round for CMP. Now under pressure though from Tim Grant. What can Tim do? As I say, he looks very comfortable in that McLaren this season, so I think we're going to see some good things from Tim Grant as well. I think these two cars are going to be able to give your reigning champion, Racing Green, a run for their money. And BX it would seem as well. And then Zico finds himself down in 6th place at the moment. So the two-time back-to-back Tier 1 champion, Zico, not finding his feet in this first round. As I say, I think that Lexus may come into its own in the next few rounds. But again, we will have to wait and see. So the top 4, not in any worry of the rest of the field catching them at the moment unless they have a massive pile-up, which I don't think is going to happen at this stage of the race. Don't think any silly moves are going to be getting made, but Tim Grant still definitely does look very hungry indeed. Looks like he wants to try and take that 2nd place away from CMP. CMP is going to have to go defensive. It's just keeping that car in exactly where he needs to at the moment on track. Oh, there he goes. He's opened the door there. He's opened the door. I didn't expect the move to come there. That was a move from Tim Grant. Just seizing the opportunity. CMP just went a little bit wide and he's gone deep again. That's allowed BX through. Lost 2 positions in a matter of corners. CMP. His tyres have just died a death now on the racing softs. They're going to leave the chat anytime soon. He's done really well to hold on to the top 3, to be fair. Can he re-challenge BX for that 3rd place? He's going to be alongside now. He's going to have to go the long way round. Statistically, it doesn't really work through the hairpin. Maybe looking for the better exit there. But it looks like this guy here, your Tier 1 current champion, Racing Green, is going to take the checkered flag and the win here in the feature race. GG's Racing Green. Tim Grant will come in 2nd place, BX in 3rd, CMP in 4th, Alessandra's going to bring it home in 5th place. Then we've got Kep in 6th, Zico in 7th. Marriott and Kellen, it's going to be a photo finish across the line. Who's it going to be? So it was in fact Marriott took 8th, Kellen took 9th, Hasnane takes 10th, Perry in 11th, Carter and Anonyma 12th and 13th. Yannick and Mortal Veloz. Is it going to be a photo finish between these two as well? Drag race to the start finish, and I think Yannick just pips him into 14th place. Mortal Veloz finished in 15th. But what race that was, guys. That was definitely some spicy stuff, wasn't it? And we'll be back same time, same place on Monday. Obviously live again this Monday as I am back to health. So I will see you there. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. We'll get this one uploaded and hopefully you'll be able to watch it before Monday's races. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. Good night.